Auntie Ida? It's me, Cate, she explained through her teeth. Derek's girl? She added, for clarity. Remember I said I was coming to stay for a while? Ida looked blank. And you said that sounded nice? Ida nodded slowly, as if she was willing to believe anything. Oh, how nice. I must have gotten my dates mixed up, that's all. She gestured into the house. Sorry it's such a mess, dear. I've been a bit ill these last few days and I haven't... She drifted off into silence for a moment and busied herself shutting the door against the warm air, which was trying to find its way into the lounge. Come in, dear. Cate followed her through the dark house to the kitchen, where she dropped her box on the dining table and kissed her aunt, who seemed to be warming to the situation by the moment. Sure is warm out here, she said. Ida nodded. Oh, yes. We've had our share of scorchers, that's for sure. I keep the place closed most of the time to keep out the heat, then open the doors at night to let in the cool air. She glanced about. I'm afraid it doesn't leave me with enough energy to tidy the house, she said apologetically. I'm sorry you found me in such a muddle. Cate waved her hand. Don't worry about that. You should see my place. Shocking. Clothes everywhere, old cups of coffee, makeup. It's... She hesitated. A real dump. Well, tea? Her great-aunt asked, moving towards the kettle. No, I don't really do tea. Never saw the point. She grabbed a glass and surreptitiously gave it a good rinse under the tap. A glass of water will do me. But you sit down. I'll get you a cup and we'll have a catch-up. Her aunt looked pleased. It was never too hot for tea. The house was a mess. As she finally made her way to a spare room, Cate tried to keep from gazing about in panic. There were newspapers piled up from years ago, and it looked like masses of them had never been read. There were layers of dust across everything, and endless pieces of detritus cluttering the rooms and the long central hallway. The windows were grey with dirt, and piles of junk she presumed belonged to her dead Uncle Jack still stood like monoliths in the laundry and spare room. Her aunt bustled behind her. Here it is, dear, she announced. We'll get some of the clutter out and you'll be very comfortable. I can promise you that. It looks perfect, Auntie Ida, Cate said. It won't take a sec to straighten out a bit of space. She dumped her bag on the old bed and turned. Then I can give you a hand sorting out the rest of the house. It'll be fun, she added hopefully. Ida looked somewhat taken aback. Oh, I wouldn't want to put you out, dear. I'm very happy with everything just as it is. Don't bother mucking about with my bits and pieces. I know where everything is. Cate nodded. Of course you do, but I'm kind of at a loose end and I guess I'm looking for something to do. Would you mind if I had a look through all your lovely things with you? I find old stuff fascinating, she assured her. She didn't really. She found much more pleasure in new, glittering things like perfume bottles, shiny fingernails and the sparkles in champagne when the cork was popped and the party was set free. But whatever it took, something had changed a month ago, and the bitterness wouldn't seem to leave her, as if her life was a poorly trained lapdog, and now it kept nipping at her face and crapping on her carpets. She'd had to leave for a while, to breathe, to pretend she had some kind of control over her life, and that she wasn't a bad person. That she wasn't the worst person. After her aunt had gone, she delved into her bag for her clothes and piled them onto the dusty dressing table. A couple of old Avon bottles fell over and clattered together for a moment. She picked them up and inspected them, then opened the top drawer in case she could shove them inside. She couldn't. The top drawer was where old toiletries went to die. She leaned down and peered at the labels. Most of the stuff she saw wasn't even being produced anymore, and it had a stale lavender scent that was making her gag. She tried the second drawer, pushed aside a pile of kangaroo-themed table napkins, and squashed her stuff into the remaining space. As she stared blankly at her designer t-shirts, skinny jeans and lingerie, she decided it really didn't look like it would fit in, and she knew exactly how it felt. The end of the day was welcome, bringing with it relief and melancholy. Cate wandered outside to hear the galahs down in the bush shrieking in the warm air, and to watch a line of sheep heading to the dam, kicking up small tufts of dust under their...